When the big names talk, they talk to us.
Hello and welcome, and thank you for joining us here on BBC News. I'm Arunoday Mukharji, and a very happy new year to you if it's past midnight where you are. We've been getting a glimpse of people around the world celebrating New Year's Eve. New Zealand was among the first countries to ring in the new year. Auckland celebrated with laser lights and a firework display over the city's Sky Tower and Harbour Bridge. And shortly after, Sydney welcomed 2026 with a display over the harbour. It featured 40,000 pyrotechnic effects stretching 7 kilometres across buildings and barges, which included the iconic Harbour Bridge and Opera House. And these are pictures from Dubai at the light show and fireworks at the Burj Khalifa skyscraper. Dubai's display is one of the most watched in the world. Behind the scenes, almost 10 months of preparation went into orchestrating that display. And those are live pictures that are coming in from Paris now, which has just ushered in the new year. The Arc de Triomphe all lit up with fireworks and that dazzling display of fireworks. As you can see, of course, that entire road leading up to that. You're also getting glimpses of the Brandenburg Gate as we speak in Berlin, which is just counting down to 2026. So those are the images that are now coming in for the new year as thousands have gathered there, as you can see, ushering in the new year. Those pictures certainly coming in from Paris, an amazing display of fireworks. And these are pictures coming in from Berlin, right at the Brandenburg Gate, where thousands have gathered watching the fireworks and welcoming the new year.
J'entends toujours le son de ta voix qui m'invite, mon amour. You make me feel good. L'année sur ma tête, ce sont les dans le taxi. C'est vraiment super sexy. You make me feel nice. It's all every day. J'y ai pensé mille fois. If you want me to, you make me feel good.
So celebrations being marked there for 2026 in those countries which have just seen the clock strike midnight. It's already 2026 in Ukraine, where there were no fireworks for a fourth year in a row, prohibited nationwide amidst Russia's invasion. Around the world and across the UK, this is BBC News. You're live with BBC News. Now, a federal judge blocked the Trump administration's attempt to defund the U.S. consumer protection watchdog on Tuesday, saying that it isn't within the power of the president to effectively disband an agency created and funded by the Congress. Right, getting you some breaking news now. The boxer Anthony Joshua has been discharged from a Lagos hospital, according to state officials. Anthony Joshua's friends Sina Gami and Lateef Lats Ayodele died in that car crash in Nigeria on Monday. The vehicle they were traveling in alongside Joshua struck a stationary truck on a major road. The British heavyweight Joshua sustained injuries but was stable and conscious in the hospital until his release now is what we can confirm. All right, a quick look at what else is making news around the world now. The military-led governments of Mali and Burkina Faso have announced travel bans on U.S. citizens. The announcements follow similar decisions by Niger and Chad. They said the move was in response to a decision by the Trump administration to include them in an expanded U.S. travel ban affecting nearly 40 countries. The White House says it targets foreigners considered a security threat. Eurostar and Le Shuttle services between the UK and France through the Channel Tunnel have now resumed after yesterday's major travel disruption. Thousands of passengers faced hours of delays after Eurostar cancelled most of its services from London due to overhead power supply problems. Rail services through the tunnel in both directions are now running following repairs, but Eurostar has urged passengers to check before travelling, warning of possible knock-on delays and last-minute cancellations. All right, that's all for now, but I do want to go back to some pictures coming in from all around the world as countries usher in 2026. All right, so these were the pictures in Sydney at the iconic Opera House. And then, of course, we had Dubai bringing in the new year with that dazzling display of fireworks and lights. And now we are just about half an hour away from the clock striking, or rather the Big Ben striking midnight in London, where my colleague Nikki Schiller is and has got a front row seat of all the upcoming celebrations. He'll be taking us through that over the next hour. So do stay with us here on BBC News. Live from Washington, this is BBC News. Kicking off 2026 with a bang, London roars into the new year with a dazzling display of lights and fireworks as they lit up the skyline over the River Thames. Ukraine's President Zelensky says only 10% of a peace deal with Russia remains to be agreed, but that Kyiv is not prepared to sign a weak agreement. More artists cancelled Kennedy Center shows after it was renamed after Donald Trump. We will be speaking to one of those bands. Hello and welcome, and thanks for joining us here on BBC News. I'm Arunoday Mukharji, and a very happy new year to you. If it's past midnight where you are, we've been getting a glimpse of people around the world celebrating New Year's Eve. It was Margaret Teller there speaking to me earlier. Around the world and across the UK, this is BBC News. You're live with BBC News. Staying with the US, several more performance groups have cancelled their shows at Washington's Kennedy Center after its board voted to add President Donald Trump's name to the institution. Richard Grenell, the Kennedy Center's president, called it a form of derangement syndrome and said that artists were booked by the previous far-left leadership. All right, that's all for the moment, but as we go, we'll just look at some pictures coming in from some parts of the US which are preparing to ring in the new year. Those are the pictures from Times Square. That's what it looks like in New York, where several have gathered to get a front seat view of the world-famous ball drop. We also have preparations here in Washington, D.C., where projections are expected to illuminate the Washington Monument as well. There are also likely to be fireworks at the National Mall. That's all for now, but do stay on with BBC News.
I'm in Malaysian